Good morning. This is KELOLAND on the go with all you need to know in news and weather as you start your day.
Sioux Falls police are asking for the public's help in finding a missing boy. 12-year-old Derek Vandenbosch stands 4 feet 10 inches tall with brown hair and brown eyes.
He was last seen wearing a blue sweatshirt with white letters on the front. If you see Derek or know where he may be, you are asked to call police. Sioux Falls police are also investigating a Sunday morning shooting involving multiple victims. The shooting happened just before 3 o'clock by Gilberto's restaurant on Minnesota Avenue.
Police say officers found several victims with gunshot wounds who were taken to local hospitals for treatment. We expect to learn more at this morning's police briefing. You can watch it right here live on KELOLAND.com starting at 10:30. Law enforcement in western KELOLAND are asking for the public's help in finding an inmate placed on escape status. 24-year-old Christian Whiteface failed to return to the Rapid City Community Work Center after his work release shift on Sunday.
He stands 6 feet 2 inches tall and has black hair and brown eyes. He is serving a sentence for possession of a controlled substance out of Pennington County. Well, now let's send it over to meteorologist Scott Munt for a look at the rain and even some snow falling in western KELOLAND. Scott.
Yeah, something worth watching as we go through the morning hours, though I think a lot of this will fall for the morning, slowly going away as we go through the afternoon. And temperatures going through this week will slowly cool as well, eventually bringing in that snow chance. That's that last headline that I have up on the graphic, as temperatures will continue to cool as we go through the week. Rain looking likely. We'll just go with the plain rain here in eastern KELOLAND on Wednesday, and that snow may start Thursday night and last into Friday, something that we will continue to monitor. We'll have more forecast details with Brian coming up.
Later this morning, South Dakota legislators will meet in PIERRE for a special session to discuss drawing new boundaries for the state's 35 districts.
This happens every 10 years. A main focus this year was on the reservations, but also larger cities like Sioux Falls and Rapid City.
Our goal was to keep the urban districts as compact as possible, because in South Dakota, the rural interests are so important. So we tried to keep those rural districts as rural as possible.
The state constitution gives legislators until December 1st to come up with a map. If they can't, the South Dakota Supreme Court will do the redrawing.
A second special session will take place tomorrow. The topic will switch to a possible impeachment of Attorney General Jason Ravnsborg. A special investigative committee will meet to see if they can find any impeachable offenses against him in relation to when he hit and killed Joe Beaver with his car over a year ago. Stay up to date with KELOLAND News on air and online as the legislators meet for this week's special session.
Tonight, the Vermillion School District could adopt a new restroom policy that would allow transgender students to use the bathrooms that correspond with the gender they identify with. The school superintendent says they've been working on this issue for 3 months, and there are more than just bathroom policies being considered. When it comes to the school making overnight accommodations for trips, the policy would allow students to be assigned to rooms based on their gender identity.
Opponents of the policy have concerns over safety and privacy. Supporters say it's a change that will bring about more inclusion in school. The second reading of the policy is at 8 p.m. in the Vermillion City Hall. You can read the full proposed policy under this story right here on KELOLAND.com. Well, that's a look at some of our top stories.
Now let's get one last look at your weather with meteorologist Brian Karstens. Brian?
All right, starting today with some rain and snow in the Black Hills. We've had temperatures in the middle 30s. A little bit of that moisture extending north of PIERRE, but this ribbon here basically stays stationary, and then we think that it will have a tendency to decrease as we transition into the afternoon. So you can see that by 3 p.m. And as a result of that, temperatures should warm into the middle 50s for Aberdeen. Sioux Falls area should also be in the middle and upper 50s to close out the afternoon. Tonight, we start dry. We might be able to say a couple more sprinkle chances through daybreak. You can see that from Chamberlain to Sioux Falls. That's not going to last much of the day, though. I think we'll get back to sunshine in the afternoon. And again, a lot of 50-degree weather. Now, by Wednesday, another system coming our way. This one likely delivers showers on Wednesday, cooler weather. And then there's this talking point, the interesting outlook of snow later this week. Notice the enhancement in the coloring. We're not sharing with you any specific forecast for numbers yet on snow, but just keep watching this. Eastern North Dakota, northern Minnesota could end up with enough snow to create some headlines the first time this year for some of those counties. And we think some snow even as far south as Sioux Falls later this week. First time, maybe this week we'll get some snow. I don't know if you're excited about that, but maybe you are. 57 Sioux Falls today, 55 our high in Mitchell. No mention of snow today. It looks like pretty decent weather, actually. 53 tomorrow, Sioux Falls, and then we bring in the rain on Wednesday. 52 looks like that will transition to cold, blustery winds on Thursday, and then Friday, too. A lot of wind out of the northwest. We're talking 40 plus. So not just a little wind. This is definitely going to have a bite to it. And if we add any amount of snow in the air, that's just going to add to the talking points here about a change in the weather, especially in Aberdeen. I think if anybody has a shot at some snow sticking to the ground by Friday, it would be Aberdeen. PIERRE, there's a shot at that too, although it's not quite as substantial as Aberdeen. And then by the end of the 7 days, see that moderation, right? 50s for highs back in Rapid City. So prepare for those ups and downs. Check out details with our Storm Center update right now at KELOLAND.com.